Before I get into this, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more real stories like this. And drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you do in my situation. I still remember the moment like it happened yesterday. The clink of glasses, laughter echoing across the dining room, and the soft glow of candlelight masking the tension I hadn't realized was building. I was mid-conversation with Mark, my oldest friend, when I felt a flutter of unease. I tried to shake it off, blaming nerves or maybe too much wine. But then she stood up. My wife, Elaine, raised her hand, and the room went silent. "I want a divorce," she announced, her voice cutting to the hum of polite chatter like a knife. I froze. My fork slipped from my hand. Everyone's eyes turned toward us, but my focus locked on the man sitting next to her, Mark. He shifted in his seat, unease spreading across his face. I leaned in just slightly, and that's when I saw it. He froze. Not the polite pause of shock, but the kind that hits a person in the gut when they're caught in a lie. For a moment, I thought I was dreaming. Divorce? Dinner party? My mind scrambled. Memories of our last few months swirled around me. Her sudden late nights at work, the half-hearted excuses, the texts she quickly minimized when I glanced over her shoulder. I had questioned myself first. Had I imagined something? Was I being paranoid? Then came the signs I'd ignored. Missed calls she brushed off with a tired smile, a lingering scent of perfume that wasn't mine. Her phone always face down, and the hurried way she hid it when I entered the room. At first, I told myself it was work stress, that I was overthinking. But Mark's frozen stare in the candlelight confirmed the suspicion I hadn't wanted to admit. After the initial shock, I remember my heart pounding, the sharp taste of betrayal filling my mouth. I could feel the eyes of our friends on us, some confused, some sympathetic, all irrelevant. All that mattered was the truth I was about to uncover. When we got home later, I confronted her. I didn't yell. I didn't cry, at least not yet. I just watched her carefully, as if the act of looking could unearth the hidden truth. Her hands trembled slightly as she reached for her phone. I never meant for it to get this far, she whispered, avoiding my gaze. That's when I saw the messages. A string of texts between her and Mark, timestamps overlapping perfectly with her late nights at work. I felt my stomach drop, the room spinning. Small moments, her soft kisses that now felt rehearsed, her laughter that felt like mockery. Everything twisted into lies. The betrayal wasn't explosive. It was subtle, carefully buried in everyday life, and that made it sting worse. I thought of the mornings we shared coffee quietly in the kitchen, the nights she rested her head on my chest, whispering dreams about our future. I felt grief, anger, and disbelief collide in a mess I couldn't untangle. I wanted to hate her, to scream, to throw the phone across the room. But all I could do was sit, silent, letting the truth settle like ash in my chest. She finally looked up, her eyes wet, voice trembling. "I didn't plan for you to find out like this. Mark. It just happened. I thought I could fix it. I thought I could." "Fix it?" I interrupted, my voice quieter than I expected. "You can't fix what you've already destroyed. You can't pretend the years we had meant nothing." Her guilt was palpable, a living thing between us. But I didn't let it sway me. I had loved her fiercely, yes, but trust once broken isn't rebuilt with words alone. I needed clarity, not excuses. The following weeks were brutal. The apartment we shared became a museum of memories I could barely face. I packed her belongings slowly, each item a relic of love that had turned hollow. Mark avoided me when he saw me in public, his guilty expressions a constant reminder of the dinner party that had shifted everything. I grappled with anger, with sadness, with the haunting idea that someone I had trusted completely could betray me so calmly. But slowly, I began to reclaim myself. I surrounded myself with friends who reminded me of my worth, revisited passions I had shelved for us, and allowed myself to grieve without apology. I realized betrayal is a lesson disguised in pain. It forces you to confront your values, your boundaries, and the kind of life you refuse to compromise. When the divorce was finalized, there was a quietness I hadn't anticipated. No dramatic confrontation, no shouting, just an empty apartment echoing with the remnants of what had been. I felt sorrow, yes, but also an odd sense of relief. I had survived the deepest cut of my life, and I would survive what came next. Sometimes I think back to that dinner party, to the moment she announced the end, and I shiver, not from anger, but from understanding how fragile trust is and how powerful it is when reclaimed. I leaned in, he froze, and in that moment, I realized I didn't need to break down. I needed to rise. Life after betrayal isn't quick or easy. It's messy, emotional, and raw. But it is also honest, and slowly, painfully, it can be beautiful again. I learned that love isn't just about staying. It's about respecting yourself enough to walk away when respect has been stolen. So if you've been through something like this, I want to hear your story. Drop it in the comments. Let me know how you healed, how you stood back up, and don't forget to subscribe. There are more real stories coming, stories that remind us that even in heartbreak, there's strength.